Hello, everyone. This is Mike,
Hey, and this is Josh.
and we are Real Dead. And today we're going to talk about a real movie that back in the day was real scary to me.
Yep.
And it's a classic, 50-year anniversary this year. 1975 Jaws, the 50th anniversary.
Right. And this is like
Josh,
a bonus. This is a bonus movie review for our people, right, Mike?
yeah. So, Josh, what do you think about it? I mean, it's
I was just thinking about this the other day that, this is a movie that I watched when I was younger. My mother, because she was born in 1959, Mike. So, like in the 70s, she was a teenager. And so this movie scared her, when she was in, like, I think this movie came out she was like 15 or 16 or something like that. So this movie scared her as a teenager. And I remember watching, I think I watched some of this, but you know what's funny? I actually remember watching part 2 and part 3 more because those were on TV when I was a kid. Part 2 and part 3. I've never seen part 4. I will admit that here. I've never seen it. I heard it's awful. I do want to watch it just to complete the 4 movies, just so I have knowledge of it. And I haven't seen part 3 in a long time, but I do remember the part at the beginning where the guy's like taking pictures underwater and he gets eaten or whatever. That's what the
yeah.
part that sticks in my brain from a child. And also part 2 I watched a lot. So this movie I didn't watch a ton growing up, but I do really like it a lot. I think it is a great movie. I don't think it's a perfect movie. I'm not saying that it's not perfect. And I'm not even going to say it's Steven Spielberg's best movie because I like another one better than this.
Yeah, please don't mention that.
It's more my time. Well, it's more my time. That's why. Now, maybe if I was a certain age, this would be my favorite, But this is a great movie. There's no denying that. I don't think anybody could trash this movie. If you're, looking at it, how we're going to look at it. Yeah. It is really, really good.
So
it really is.
We thought, Josh and I was like, this is a 50-year anniversary. We did a live show a couple of years ago on it, and had a lot of people there early on in our channel. Yeah, we wanted to go back and watch this movie through the lens of a critic,
right?
And our scoring system now, and just see how this movie, does it hold up? Does it not hold up? So I'm going to add this. There's 6 questions, 6 categories. If you've done this with us before, at home, if you're watching this, go ahead and score this with us as well, and add it up and tell us what you got for it. What was your average? But we're going to add this to the screen, and we're going to go ahead, and I'll try to throw a little bit of the trailer for the movie in between here.
Okay. But, hey, we also did a trailer reaction to
the original.
Movie.
Yes.
Yes.
And yeah, the trailer was excellent.
Yeah, it was a really good trailer, and it did really well. Also, so people really like that. Yeah, Mike, let's go ahead and get to this.
Yeah, so Josh, the first category is story and plot. Evaluates the narrative structure, originality, pacing, and emotional resonance.
Yeah, this is a 5. This is a 5. I don't know how you could look at this and not see 5. I love the story. I love the character development. The 3 main leads, I really like every single one of them, and all of them are different in their own way. You have, Dreyfus, who is like the scientist or marine biologist or wherever the heck he is, and kind of like the smart guy, with the brain. And then you have the other guy, Quinn, who is like the old sea captain type, like, he don't have much brains, but he's got a lot of skills with things. He's got more, I wouldn't say, I'll say street smarts, for the ocean. He doesn't have the book.
He's a sea captain.
Right. He doesn't have the book smarts like Dreyfus, but he has the sea smarts, I'll say. And then you have, the sheriff, Brody. And then he's different. He's just the sheriff. So he doesn't have a ton of experience, I wouldn't say, in the water and different things. But he knows his area and stuff. And I love all that. I think it's great. And I just love the story of this and how it builds, and you get everything. It does build over time. You get deaths all the way through it, which I like. That's part of the story for me. And and you really feel that this shark is a threat in this movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was born in 71, so this movie came out when I was 4 or 5 years old, and probably really went to the beach about that first time when I was in kindergarten, first grade, and it really scared the crap out of me. The music for this is awesome, but I'm going to go a tad lower than you on this, believe it or not, and I love Jaws. I do think it was a tad, and I'm going to put this underneath this area. Maybe I should be putting this in another area. I do think it was just a tad long at 2 hours and 4 minutes. I think they probably could have cut 10, 15 minutes out of it at the minimum. I do like it, but I do think it got a little long. But
yeah,
I'm going to give it a 4.5 on that.
Yeah, I agree with you. It is long. I actually wrote that. I said after watching this with more of a critical eye, it is long, but for me, it's still a 5.
Yeah, I mean, it still kept me involved with it, but going back and watching it for the 20th time, I was like, yeah, you could have maybe took this out, but it's still really great. Yeah. Direction assesses the director's vision, storytelling ability, and execution.
Yeah, it's one of his best. I mean, this is one of his best. I'd say it's his top 3, even though he's young here. This is still one of his best. This is another 5 for me, Mike.
5 for you. I'm going to give it a 5 too, because I thought the storytelling, the vision that he had for this movie, you can tell that in the cinematography. Just the whole story about it's July 4th and people are out in the ocean and this small town makes their money on it and trying to hide it. Right. And you got the mayor versus the sheriff. I absolutely loved it. So I gave it a 5 as well.
Hey, I'll give anybody extra points if they can guess what movie I think is Steven Spielberg's best.
Yeah, you should know. Y'all should know that.
Put that in the comments if you.
And then also tell us if you think it really is a horror movie or not. So acting focuses on performances, chemistry, believability of the cast.
I would say the main 3 leads are very. I think Dreyfuss is very good. Quinn, he is very good, and Brody, he's pretty good here. This is the one where I think it might be a little lower for me because I think some of the surrounding cast isn't as great. Like there's this one part where Dreyfuss is like, "Oh, the bite radius of this shark isn't as big," and then the one guy's like, "What?" It's so silly, you know. But yeah, I mean that's just one thing. I would say this is getting a 3.5 for me, Mike.
Okay. So I'm gonna go a little higher on you on that. I'm gonna give it a 4.5. I mean, this might be one of the highest movies I've ever scored. I think the acting I thought was great. I thought the small child actor, the scene with the mother of the little boy that was eaten by the shark, on the yellow float. Yeah. The scene with her and the sheriff Brody was so powerful. I love that scene. I know the other ones in the back, they're supposed to be dumb seamen. So did I say seamen? Okay. So I get all that, but I thought the acting overall was pretty good, even from the young teenagers and stuff in the, going on, telling their stories. And, the very beginning of that movie with the whole storyline where they go skinny dipping. I just love that. Cause that was,
that is a all-time. I mean, I don't know where that would fall for me because I still think Scream's opening is better than that, but it is up there, Mike, in the top 5 for me.
Man, that
would be a fun thing to talk about. Best opening scenes to horror movies, Mike.
Of all horror movies. So I went 4 or 5 on that. So cinematography, Josh, what do you think about this? This looks at visual style, camera work, lighting, and overall aesthetics.
Yeah, this is high. This is really high. I'll give this one a 4.5. It's great.
Okay.
Yep.
And you and I talked about this on the phone, man. I love the camera work on this. I love the views coming up from underneath at nighttime when the girl got bit at the very beginning. I love it when Dreyfuss is down and the head pops out. I know that looks a little bit, but the lighting there underneath the water, the overhead shots of the shark going by the ship or the
Yeah, I
boat
love
the
all
first
that.
time, the orca is all killer. So I'm going to go 4.5 on this one for me.
So I think the way that Steven Spielberg framed it and filmed it did a really good job to hide the shark looking too fake or whatever. So
And you didn't want to show it too early on. I mean,
that's right. When it
kind of
jumps,
built.
well, like
It
that
built the
one
whole thing.
part. Well, like that one part where he eats that guy in that little red boat that's talking to the kids. You see a good part of it, but it's only just for a little bit, and you're like, "Whoa, that thing's huge!" You know, it was really cool.
I loved it whenever they took the ham and threw the ham out. The two boaters did, and it takes it and runs off and pulls the deck down.
Oh
and
yeah,
then it turns around and comes back, and the guy's trying to hurry up and get up, and you're like, I mean, that's sharp. I mean, the tension built up on that. I love the story and the cinematography on it.
Yeah, so like one of the funny parts is where I said, this is what I wrote, hillbillies trying to kill the shark. All these guys getting their little boats, like these tiny boats with like dynamite and shotguns and stuff, Mike.
Well,
Like
$3,000 was a lot of money in 1974.
like they're gonna go kill Michael Myers, like they do in number 4. All the hillbillies getting their pickup trucks with shotguns. And listen, they kill some shark. They think they got it. And I don't know. That part's just so weird to me. Like they're going out in these like little boats that wouldn't stand a chance if Jaws could break them in half. But yeah, I don't know. That part's just funny to me. It's kind of silly. But yeah, you're right. I mean, probably people would, if they offered that money, people would run out there trying to kill it, no doubt.
Yep. So the next one is music and sound, reviews the soundtrack, score, sound design, and how the audio enhances the story.
Yeah.
It's gotta be very high, Josh.
Yeah, this is 5.
Wow.
Iconic music.
I'm going to give it a 5 as well, Josh. And you and I talked about this a little bit yesterday. That sound, anytime I go in the Caribbean now or anywhere in the ocean and I can't see the bottom, that song pops in my head. And also, one thing I tried to watch it the other day was the music around them, like going the adventurous music, like going out to the ocean to, when they finally get on the orca and all 3 of them.
Yeah.
And it kind of had this like adventurous music going on.
Yes.
I was like, man, that really built that up well,
Yep. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Yep. I thought it all worked well. It wasn't nothing was out of place, or it wasn't like something that you're like, wait a minute, why is this playing right now? Like sometimes you watch horror movies, you're like, this doesn't match it at all. Nothing like that.
All right. So now probably one of the toughest ones is kills, quality, the originality, practical effects, and CGI.
So there is no CGI. We know that, 1975. So we'll take that out. Now, I would say the practical effects still pretty much, I would say a lot of them hold up. The head floating doesn't hold up as much. I do say that's a great jump scare, though, Mike, where the head comes out. That is a really good jump scare. The effect doesn't hold up well. Some of the parts where they show like the legs fall into the bottom of the ocean and stuff is cool. I do like that. I like when Quinn gets eaten by the shark. That looks really good. You're
gonna need a bigger boat.
So yeah, I think because it's 1975 and I'm taking that into account, I'm still gonna give this a pretty hard mark. I think it's still a 4 for me, Mike.
Okay, 4.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go a little higher, Josh. I mean, this has got to be the highest movie I've ever scored. And kind of shocks me because it's definitely in my top 3 movies of all time, horror movies probably. But I'm going to give it a 4.5. The one headshot, I mean, I understand. They actually went back and reshot that, if I'm not mistaken, in somebody's pool in their house. That scene to get the head coming out because they wanted to add more to that scene. It originally was not shot with the rest of the film, if I'm not mistaken. So that just shows you some of the advanced thinking in their head that they filmed that one shot in somebody's pool,
right?
And not the ocean. But I thought everything else, does it look as good as the stuff nowadays? No, but I mean, it's 50 years old too,
The shark still looks pretty good for being animatronic.
And that thing, I mean, I never went there, but like it was a huge ride at Disney for just recently in the last couple of years was taken out. People went to see this mechanical shark or one
No,
similar.
Universal Studio, Mike.
Yeah, Universal Studios forever. I mean,
Yeah.
forever. So, Josh, what do you think here, man? It's going to be a pretty high score for both of us.
Yep.
Let's look and see what it is here. Wow. 4.5 for you, which on a 5-point scale, 4.5, that would be a 9 out of 10.
Yep.
And for me, that's 4.7 on a 5 scale, which would be 9.4. So that's probably the highest movie we've ever scored. If I'm
trying to think of some movies that we're going to review, we might review that might rival this. Maybe Original Halloween, maybe Scream, maybe, like there's some movies that might be able to come close to this or rival it, Mike. I was just trying to think of some that might do that.
That's an exceptionally high score. I think it deserves it.
It deserves it. Yes.
One thing I thought that awards, they were celebrating the 50th anniversary of Amity, some kind of the was it called R, started with R or something, but I told my wife, I was like, wow, they're celebrating the 50th anniversary in that movie 50 years ago. Now we're celebrating the 50 years of Jaws. It was just, I don't know. I'm kind of a nerd that way. I thought it was kind of cool.
So what, I got a question for you, Mike. What is the rewatchability of this movie for you?
I just watched it on Sunday, and me and my wife watched it, and one of the things she said was, I forgot how good this was.
Yeah.
She had not seen it in years. I'd seen it, and I think it's very high, in my opinion.
You think you could put it on once a year or more?
Yeah, oh yeah, I think a couple times, especially come April, May when it comes into the summertime and you're getting ready to go to the beach. And I mean, this movie, I mean, that's the thing that makes this movie, in my opinion, so scary is there can be could there be a 25 or 30 foot shark in the ocean?
Right.
We see, we see 14, 15, 17 foot sharks now. There possibly could be. I mean, we haven't seen everything,
That's right. That's right. Yeah, for me, it also is pretty high. I think, once a year, I definitely would put this on. And yeah, so the rewatchability is pretty high for me. Mike, I was going to ask you about the sequels. Are you familiar with the sequels? Have you seen?
I've seen number 2. I think I've seen 3 once, and I've not seen 4 either. I mean, I after the first couple, I didn't think 2 was that bad. A lot of people give it a lot of hate. I remember seeing the 3D one time, like, but this is another thing. This movie it has made it very hard on any other movie about sharks to do well.
It doesn't need a sequel.
So high. It set the bar so high that it's hard to beat that.
But it doesn't. It's one of these movies that never needed a sequel, though. It never needed one. And then they kind of just was like, okay, this is Jaws' son that's coming for revenge. It's just kind of dumb. The second one is I don't know. I think what's the guy's name plays Brody? Roy Scheider. Is that his name?
Yes.
He was really phoning it in number 2, in my opinion. I don't think he wanted to do it, but they offered him, and so he did it. A
ton of money.
Yeah. So it wasn't great. It does have some cool action sequences, but yeah, it's not great. And then, like I said, I haven't seen 3 in a very long time. 3 was actually filmed, I'm pretty sure, at SeaWorld in Ohio, I think. And I could be wrong, but I actually went to SeaWorld in Ohio probably in 88 or 89. So that's kind of a little connection I have with that, I guess. Maybe that's why I liked it when I was a kid. I don't know.
All right, so tell us if you watched this and scored it with us. I mean, that's one thing we want you guys to do is score these movies with us as you're watching these videos, and just put it in your phone and add it up on your calculator and tell us what, divide it by 6, whatever your total points are, and then that tells you what your 5-point score was. Double it for 10-point. Yep. But we may even think about doing a live down the road and where y'all can score it with us as we talk about a movie. But this was the highest one I've done. I think it's the highest one we've scored out so far.
I mean, Mike, we do have another movie review coming out this month that could score very high as well, Mike, and that's Halloween 2. We are going to be reviewing that. So that could also look out for that one. That could score very high as well, Mike.
Yep. All right, guys. You have a good one, Josh. See y'all later. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below. Thank you.
Yep. Bye-bye.